So this video is going to go over the rib cage and the sternum, or the breastbone of the skeleton. So we have three different types of ribs, and the difference is how they connect to the sternum. So starting off with the sternum, that's that breastbone. It's in three pieces. This top kind of triangular piece, that's the manubrium. The middle is the sternal body, often just called the body. And this little piece that's hanging down in the middle, that's called the xiphoid process. Now you'll notice that most of the ribs connect to the sternal body, while just this first rib up here connects to the manubrium. But they all connect with cartilage. So how they connect to the sternum determines what type of rib they are. So I'm going to kind of turn him to the side just a bit so you can see a little better. So on the side here we've got 7 ribs that all have their own piece of cartilage that comes from the rib to the sternum. Now as we get further down, these 3 ribs, what we call false ribs, share a cartilage, and they connect to this bottom true rib. So 7 true ribs and 3 false ribs. We're going to have that on both sides. Now I'm going to turn him around a little bit, and on the back you're going to see there's 2 ribs. Move his arm out of the way here. Okay. There's our last false rib. Okay. You can see here we've got a rib that does not come around and connect to that sternum at all. There's one, and here's a second one. So we have 2 what we call floating ribs on each side. So 7 true ribs attached directly to the sternum with their own piece of cartilage. 3 false ribs, those 3 share a cartilage connecting to the sternum, still connecting, but have 1 cartilage that come over. And then the floating ribs are the last 2, and those 2 don't have a cartilage at all to connect to the sternum. All of these ribs do connect to the vertebrae on the back. So they connect on one side. How they connect to the sternum determines what type of rib they are. And keep in mind, these are bilateral. So whatever we have on the left side, we also have on the right side. So 7 true on the left, 7 true on the right. 3 false on the left, 3 false on the right, 2 floating, and 2 floating. So keep in mind that these are paired ribs. Whatever you have on the right, you have to have on the left as well.